Hi, I'm Jody Grove, and I am a first grade teacher at Edison Elementary. This will be my 8th year teaching, and this past year I've had the chance to implement trauma-informed strategies in my first grade classroom, and I have found that using trauma-informed practices has helped with student accountability, behavior, and academics for both the individual child and the whole class. By meeting the child at an emotional level and helping him feel safe builds the trust and relationships that kids from trauma histories don't have. So this past year I've really been working on implementing strategies that allows the child to feel safe and acknowledging their feelings and where they're coming from so they can feel safe in the classroom. One strategy that I incorporated last year was the safe zone, and that was a place where students could go, a safe place behind my desk where students could go if they were feeling frustrated or needed a place to calm down. They wouldn't even have to ask, they just go to the safe zone, and if I see them sitting in the safe zone, then I can have a chance to go over and talk with them and problem solve with them and find out what was bothering them, and then we can talk about it, and then they're ready to, most of the time, ready to move on with their day. Towards the end of the year I had a student that just automatically, I didn't have to say the safe zone, he automatically went to the safe zone on his own and was able to self-regulate in a safe place where he went, and we could talk and process, and then he would be able to go back to what he was doing. One way that we could tell that the safe zone was effective was a student last year in my class went to specials and was having a really tough time and went right up to the music teacher and said, "Where's your safe zone?" And so at that time she kind of wasn't sure and pointed to the side of the room, and he went there and was able to ask for the safe zone himself and go to that place where he could calm down and whatever was bothering him. And also at lunch recess he was out on the playground, and I was in my classroom, and the next thing I know he's coming through the door and didn't say a word, just went straight to our safe zone. And I asked him, you know, how he was doing, and he said there wasn't a safe zone on the playground, so I had to come here. And so he automatically did that on his own, and so we talked about it, and he was able to problem solve and then head back out to recess with no problem. Traditionally, if I had a student misbehaving in my classroom, I would see the misbehavior and, you know, just ask them to go put their head down and think about their choices. But now, using trauma-informed practices, I take the time to acknowledge the student and ask them how they're doing. I see you're frustrated, what can I do to help you, and what can I do to keep you safe? After implementing these trauma-informed strategies in my classroom, I found them to be so effective, and after just understanding the research behind the strategies and how well they work in the classroom and with all students, I plan on continuing to implement and using these strategies year after year in my classroom and learning more about trauma-informed strategies and implementing them.